First graders, happy Friday and happy May Day. That is what we call the first day of May every year. Now it is a new month, so we have to think about how we are going to write our dates. When it was January, we wrote a 1 for the month. When it was February, we wrote 2. March is the third month, so we wrote 3. April is the fourth month, so we wrote 4. That means May must be the 5th month. So when we write our date, today's date, for example, will be or is 5-1-20. The 5 stands for May. The 1 stands for the first day of May. And the 20 stands for the year, 2020. Let's start with our morning note today. Dear first graders, today is Friday. Happy May Day! I can hardly believe how fast April went by. We have already completed 5 weeks of distance learning. Remember to send me your I Remember When video by noon today. Have a fantastic Friday. Love, Mrs. Baker. Remember to go on Seesaw and make the corrections that need to be made in this note. Normally when we measure, we use rulers or yardsticks or tape measures to help us determine how long an object is. But today we are going to be talking about using non-standard units of length, so things that not everybody would normally use to measure. For example, on the paper today it says to use the cubes like we have in our classroom to measure the different objects on the paper, but since you don't have cubes at home with you, you could use anything as a non-standard unit. So some examples of things you might use around your house are paper clips, crayons, pinky finger. Maybe if you have toy cars or something at home, you could use those to measure the objects. Whatever you can find will work, first graders. On the next page, it explains that you can measure to find the length of an object, and each cube or paper clip is 1 unit, or whatever you're using to measure is 1 unit. So I want you to do numbers 1, 2, and 3 and measure each object using whatever unit you have found at your house. Remember, even your pinky finger might work. Again, on the next page it says to use cubes to measure, but you are going to use whatever you have been using to measure the objects. So instead of, maybe you could cross off the cube there and write what you were measuring with next to each number that you write. And you are going to measure those 4 objects on the paper. Number 8 says to write the name of an object that is about 4 cubes long. If you're using your pinky to measure, you could say whatever object is about 4 pinkies long, or maybe you're using a toy car or a crayon. Just stick with the non-standard unit that you have been working with for today's assignment. On the back side, I'm just going to have you skip numbers 9 and 10 and skip down to number 11, which says a book is 10 cubes long. A pencil box is 3 cubes shorter than the book. How long is the pencil box? Explain. And I've already given you a hint, first graders. I've put that subtraction problem there. If the book is 10 cubes long, what other numbers will you use in this number sentence?